Right, last time we did a call to arms about getting subscribers up, and you fulfilled that wish. John Nellis, big shout out to you. Got us over to 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. But you, I'm talking to you. Are you a Carl? Have you not hit subscribe yet? Don't be a Carl. Push the button. Hello and welcome to that Peter Crouch podcast, the Friday edition with Chris Stark and Notorious SID. How are we going, boys? All right? Good week?
Very good. Good week, yeah. Yeah, I mean, we do this predictions thing. It's not looking good for me now. I know I've sort of started every podcast in this sort of slightly negative way, but didn't get the points I wanted from the...
What's hurt you a little bit is I nicked one more point than you. You both got 2 points each, and I got three. I got three correct scores. Not correct scores, correct results.
Well, I've got to say, we worked together on the European night for Villa and Brighton. And off camera, Crouchy was a little bit worried, wasn't you?
Yeah.
You had him scared before
had a little
the
chat
weekend.
about it. Only because I know what, obviously Paddy Power involved, they've supersized the forfeit a little bit, and I know what they kind of got in store, or like some of the conversations.
It's an unassailable lead, in my opinion. I need a Christmas miracle, but Christmas is the time for miracles. So we will go into this weekend's fixtures with some positivity and hope for some points. Mainly, I just need different results to you. I'm just going to have to roll the dice a lot more now.
Well, I done a shithousery thing. I did say to him that you could just say the same scores as you, and you're not going to lose. But he wouldn't do that.
No. I'm not a shithouse like that. I wouldn't shithouse you like that.
What about talking points from the weekend just gone then? What did you think in City against Spurs? Enjoy the game.
Great games, wasn't there? Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Like the Liverpool game, the City game. I enjoyed the Newcastle Man United game. Chelsea, like so many great games over the weekend.
Newcastle, Man U. Newcastle absolutely flying, wasn't they? Come out the traps, considering the injuries that they've got. But how bad are Man U? Man U are poor. Really, like it's worrying times there.
It is, because it feels like the kind of attitude, like you can.
But that was it. Rashford got pointed out for that, didn't he?
Martial
saw
got quite a lot. Fernandes.
Do you agree with that? Can you see it in some of these players? Can you see that sort of? Do you know what? I don't want to make, because you know how it works in football, and commentary like this is someone says something, then it sort of forms the opinions and discussion of everything for a whole week. But when you see Rashford and there isn't that tracking back, as players, does it sort of?
I said the
you
same
see
thing.
That in other players?
I said exactly what the boys said, like Jamie Carragher and Roy Keane said it as well. I was saying that at the time, to Abby, who wasn't listening, but I was trying to point out that that's not the work rate that you expected in a Premier League match.
There's nothing worse, is there? I think when the chips are down, and listen, it's always easy to do the hard yards when you're winning, but when the tide's against you and your back's against the wall, I think that's the minimum. That's a minimum requirement, and that's just not running around for the sake of it. It's still putting in the same graft that you should do every single week.
I remember playing against Man City, and they absolutely destroyed us for Stoke. And Mark Hughes telling us that he spoke to Guardiola after the game, and he said, like, how are you getting them? Like, how is it working for you so good? And he said it's easy. When you got David Silva and Kevin De Bruyne, the two best players in the league, working harder than everyone else, it just sets the example. So like. With those types of players with that kind of ability, it'd be easy to go, well, I create, I can win as the matches. I don't need to do that. But they're working harder than the rest of the players. So what excuse have you got if you're anyone else? It just sets the example. And I think obviously what the boys were getting at with Rashford is he's that good. He is their talisman. He's their best player. Let's be honest, right? Arguably with Bruno Fernandes as well, but those players should be running more and just setting the example. And unfortunately against Newcastle they weren't, and that's how I see it as well.
I've got to give an honourable mention. We don't really cover the Championship as part of this Friday as much as perhaps we could, or look to do maybe next year or next season. But I love the league, mainly because Watford are stringing some results together now, so I'm actually really enjoying it. And it's nice to kind of, how crazy it is with that league that you can be sort of in talks about relegation zone and be literally just above it.
Nuts.
And I mean, Steve, you especially, you just see how quickly it changes.
Literally,
right? It's nuts.
That's how your
mentality should be.
Could change in this.
This is it.
This is change
I've got to
in
apply
this
it.
league. Let's touch on that. You mentioned Watford as well. Like obviously the Elton Pod was out this week.
Yeah.
And you know, obviously gone down a storm. You know, he'll be happy as well with Watford's.
He'll be happy. Yep. And do you know what's really interesting there? You talk about attitude. There's players like I don't know if either of you played with Jake Livermore, but I've got so on board with this guy. I think he's brilliant.
Yeah.
Like, and a lot of what it is he's not even, I would say, it's going to sound terrible, but he's not even like technically the best player I think we've got. But when you watch him, you see a lot of when the game's in other areas of the pitch, he's just picking players off the ground. He's sort of sending everyone forward, and you see what I mean. He's like he's talking. He seems constantly alert to everything.
Good lad, Jake. I played with him. He came through at Tottenham when I was there, and I got on really well with him.
Yeah,
and I've always wanted him to, you know, follow his career. You know, he's had his ups and downs. To be fair, he had a few issues and stuff when he was at Hull, but you know, really kind of bounced back. And like, I like him as a player because I like him as a person. I've always looked out and hope he's done well.
Yeah. He seems to be doing the business there. The main reason I wanted to bring Watford just into discussion today, though, is did you see the goal? Did you see the
goal?
Yeah, from the halfway line. That one.
Yeah. So this is Hoot Watford, and he's hit it from, what would it be, 40 yards?
Well, I mean, I think it was the same distance I'd done mine, which was about 42.
He scored a couple of these.
He's done well to get
Well,
the badge in.
Was it on his left foot? It was his left foot, wasn't it?
Oh,
it was.
Was it?
I think it might have been.
But he does this all game. When you watch him play, he sort of loves to just ping these balls like either side, and normally sort of pays off with it. And he's seen the goalkeeper off his line, and Watford managers claim that they've been practicing this and everything. He's pinged it. It's perfect. It's gone over the goalie. Now the goalie has sort of gone backwards, but hasn't really tried to reach for it or anything. But the bit I want to talk about is the goalkeeper, as soon as it's gone over his head, has immediately flung his arms forward and started bollocking the defenders.
I saw that. I noticed that. And I thought the same thing. I thought, you've just been lobbed from 60 yards.
Yeah.
Who are you having a go at?
What can he say? Why are you letting him shoot from 44 yards?
Close him down? What? It's miles away.
Why do keepers think they got the right to just have a bollock sometimes? Why don't they just go,
immediate.
My bad?
It was the way he's immediately, like, it's gone over his head. He hasn't even stood there head in hands for even like a few seconds to sort of gauge it. He's literally, his first reaction has gone to...
But, you know, surely you just go like, lads, I've just been lobbed for some 60 yards there.
Yeah.
That was, you know, that's on me. He's bollocked someone for not closing down.
Typical keeper.
Incredible.
Typical keeper. Have you ever seen that, though? I'm not sure I've ever seen a goalie just put their hand up and just go, I've fucked up.
No, I have
there.
seen it. Yeah,
Have
yeah,
you?
yeah. Like you get it with the odd like Taibbi moment, you know, when it goes through them, and it's not ideal, is it?
I've seen a few.
Banana's had a couple of them recently.
Yeah. And also at the Euros draw as well, we should give a quick honourable mention to the old porno noises making a return to
big fan
proceedings. Yeah.
We're all for it on this pod.
We love to see it.
Bringing the game into disrepute everywhere else, but we're all for it.
All right, should we get into the fixtures? Every week, because I feel that this is a relatively new podcast, I feel I say this every Friday, right? I just recap how this game works. And I noticed I got a couple of messages from people sort of slating the delivery of the rules.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't quite understand what the point of it was. It was like too matter of fact or something, or no energy.
Really? Do you wanna, can you do the rules with high energy today?
No, so I'm not.
You're not
I'm
going to
stay strong.
I'm on strike.
Oh, you're on strike for it.
So someone else want to take it?
Okay, all right, I'll do it. Right, guys, so the rules today are, this is the Friday, you might not be across it, but it's such a great game. And what we do, we have a leaderboard every Friday. And every Friday, we do some scores. And at the moment, Sid is way out in front, Chris Stark languishing behind, and I am consolidating in second. What we're going to do is pick 3 more games today.
I think that's what they wanted. So
well, we gave it to them.
Okay, where should we start? Should we Wolves, Nottingham Forest? That's going to be our first game, right? Wolves, Nottingham Forest.
Well, I'm going straight in. I think Wolves are doing. I think Gary O'Neill's doing a good job. Forest struggling.
Yeah, Forest struggling. Everton, didn't they beat them on the weekend?
Love that goal from Dwight McNeil.
Yeah,
Great left foot.
yeah, and you could see it was coming. I think there's just bits of Forest that's really good, individual bits. And he complained again on the weekend about more bodies.
What, more signings?
Yeah, not about getting more signs, about having to deal with that scenario. So it's an underlying issue that's still there.
Under a lot of pressure
there
people
at
there at the moment.
Yeah.
Forest don't win away as well, do they? One.
They
Well,
not.
Chelsea was probably.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
That's
no,
it.
at home,
That's
yeah, you're right.
all.
At home, they've been pretty good, but away, yeah, they've been poor. They're up against a good Wolves team, aren't they? I mean, big shout out to Gary O'Neill, because going in there, 2-3 days before the season starts, stamping his
Looks good, doesn't
authority. Yeah, it looks really good. From my insiders, the Horse Whisperer.
The Horse Whisperer at West Ham.
The Horse Whisperer, he could be a shoe-in at West Ham.
Oh, really?
Oh,
I think that's a
really?
shout, you know. I think that could be a great shout.
Have you heard something?
The Horse Whisperer.
I mean,
Oh, the
Not
horse
in regular,
whisperer.
regular contact with him.
I love the idea of Steve whispering to the horses. And the horses giving
About West Ham.
But the horses going, he's a shoe-in. A horse shoe-in.
And for those reasons, I'm going to say Wolves 2, Nottingham Forest 0.
Okay, so you're going first.
See, I've gone Wolves 2, Nottingham Forest 1, but that's pointless if I really need to get points at this stage. So what I'm saying is,
Why?
Because what's the point of us both? Unless I get the score bang on, we're going to get the same points.
But
together.
is there not more potential of that score being bang on?
Well, you
Yeah.
than my
surely
score?
can't go for Forest.
Well,
Then.
no, that's what I'm saying.
You're thinking about going for
It's
Forest.
stressful. But then, just to confirm, after this forfeit's done, do the whole points thing reset?
Reset.
Yes.
Total reset.
So
And
part
then
of
we
me
go
just
away
thinks,
to
just
the end.
roll the dice.
I feel like we've been rolling the dice the whole year, to be fair.
I don't know what you do here because I can't see one stat.
I would
that
love
backs
it
up
if
the
they win
Forest.
2-1 now.
Forests. I'm going to stick with this
I
one.
think-
It's just,
yeah, I think you
just
should.
gotta-
I think you
got-
should stick with
I've
it.
just got to hope, for a correct score. Yeah, okay.
That's the one.
I'm going to go Wolves 2, Nottingham Forest 1.
Okay, I'm going to go for a clean sweep as well, but I'm going to go 3-0. Wolves at home, 3-0 against
All right.
Forest.
All right, nice. All right, should we bang into Fulham v West Ham?
Yeah.
Yeah, Fulham not really.
Harsh, played well against Liverpool.
They did do really well. Liverpool had to score some worldies to beat them. They've just not really hit form this year, Fulham. Know a lot of fans that go down and watch it. It's not really been a great watch. Not really scoring a lot of goals.
Struggle with clean sheets.
Yes, missing Mitro massively. I'm not going to go first because I want you to go first.
Okay.
Starkey, so.
No Antonio, worth bearing in mind. But on the clean sheet thing, just reading here as well, past 10 matches across all competitions, Fulham have failed to keep a clean sheet. So we have to assume there's West Ham goals here. So I'm going for a West Ham win.
Did you can Statman Dave after 1 week?
I wouldn't put it in such brutal terms, but
Well, I can't see you reaching for your phone.
You fucked him off.
it didn't play out well on the last week's
okay.
one.
All right.
And I thought I was going to draw too much heat from you guys for
Whatever
using
it takes.
Statman.
That's my motto.
Whatever it takes, mate.
Yeah. No, I'm going to trust the process. Okay, just
Good job you didn't go Forest then.
so anyway, I'm going to go. So I'm going to go West Ham 2, Fulham 0. And Bowen's on fire at the moment, isn't he?
Okay.
Against Fulham.
What are you
West
going
Ham
to?
2-0. I'm going to go for a close one. I'm going to go for a draw. I'm going to go for 1-1.
Oh, nice.
So,
All right,
1-1.
I've leaned towards Fulham here, and it's probably not the. I don't know if West Ham are probably going better than them, but they're only 8 points ahead of the relegation zone, Fulham at the moment. But I think that at home they get a win here, 2-1.
Fantastic.
All different again.
That is
That's good.
exciting. That
Really good.
I mean, that is exciting.
that's
what the fans
that
came
could
for.
Be a
That
game changer. That could.
really could. Right, into the big one. This is the big one for me. This is the big weekend fixture supported by Paddy Power, and it is Villa versus Arsenal. Yeah, Villa home form is phenomenal. They won 16 out of 17.
I think it's something like that. It's frightening at
It's
home.
a frightening
Yeah.
stat.
Is that true?
Well,
Yeah, no,
I
it
just
is.
made it up. I'm not sure.
No, I think you're right. No,
it's around.
seriously,
It's something like that. Their home form's unbelievable. It's not
Yeah.
written down. I just that was out of my head.
It's
So it could
extraordinary.
be
No,
wrong.
but that excites me. That does.
Yeah.
That makes my predictions feel a bit weaker. I don't know. Arsenal just look very good at the moment.
Yeah, but they look very good without playing good. They're nowhere near what it was last season.
do you think?
They're not. They're
Do you
not.
reckon? So you don't think this will carry on? You don't? Do you? Do you
No,
think
no.
they'll
What
win
I'm saying is, it's brilliant that they're winning games by
Yeah.
not being at their best.
Yeah.
They're just sort of just under.
Do you think it's more
radar.
other teams dropping points, like a draw and?
No, they're knocking up results.
Yeah, no. I'm talking about Arsenal themselves. You talk to Arsenal fans compared to last year. They was like red arrows. They was clinical, get into the final third. This year, it just seems a little bit more. They just got to get over the line a little bit by a bit more graft. Which is listen, it's a brilliant. If you're winning games by not playing at your best, you'll take it every day of the week. So. But this is a massive game. Arsenal away at Villa, their home form, they're pushing for top 4. They've got a chance this season.
They're in there, aren't they? Well, Villa win is 21-10, and then Arsenal wins 11-10. So obviously Arsenal strong favourites.
Yeah,
We're strong favourites.
Yeah. Okay. So put a tenner on that, gets you £21. That's for the Arsenal win. I think this is an interesting one. Same scoreline as their last Premier League meeting, which was also away at Villa. For that score, 4-2.
Yeah.
Do you remember? 4-2 to Arsenal. You're looking at 35-1, so £10 returns £360. But I see
That's
goals
one of yours.
in this.
That's up your alley.
I do see goals in this, though. Both sides. Don't you, Sids?
Do you know what? Do you want me to go first?
Yeah, go on.
Because I don't think you boys are going to believe what I'm going to say. I'm going to go for an Arsenal win. I'm going to go big. I'm going to go 3-1.
3-1. What? Just put them to bed.
I think they're going to just put them to bed.
Do you know what? This is an intriguing week. This
could be a big turning point for you, Chris. But I think, me personally, Arsenal are going to go there, and it's just all going to come together. I think they'll concede, but because the keeper situation is still a little bit fluffy. But I think they're going to go, and they're just going to win kind of convincingly.
What about this for a stat? Villa haven't beaten Arsenal in the Premier League since a 1-0 home win back in February 2021.
It's only a couple of years, isn't it?
Well, yeah, but all the same.
This is a different Villa for me. I'm going next.
Different Villa.
I'm going Villa.
You're going
2-1.
Villa?
Villa 2-1.
This is a massive week.
It's a big week for you because
It's massive.
Arsenal are well within their capabilities of beating Villa, like 100%. But I've watched Villa quite a bit this season, and I love what they're doing.
Yeah,
I like the manager. I enjoy watching them play, and at home it's a fortress.
They look tasty.
So what score are you going for?
Villa win 2-1.
Okay. Both teams to score.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
I've got 3-1 Arsenal.
I'm going 2-1 Arsenal.
Oh, so you
Crouchy. So we've got totally different.
So you
results
fancy
on
Arsenal
this.
as well?
Yeah.
Totally
Yeah, I
different
do.
results, really. Yeah, the last two were totally different results. Big week this.
Massive.
You could, if you potentially get 2 correct scores,
Yeah,
and I
6
get
points.
correct scores. That's a 6-pointer, and I potentially could get none on those two.
There's a
if you
path
get
there.
right.
It's the great escape.
I mean,
That leaves 3 points then for the last week.
That's
the thing is, like
the magic of the cup.
I
Can
could
you
have
imagine?
I could have shithoused you there and gone the same as you.
Yeah, but you could have, but you'd have no respect. The crowd would be booing you from the side.
Yeah, but everyone would forget it when you're doing the forfeit. But I'm in for the good of the game.
So we've got the scores there.
Right, all the odds there at the time of recording are correct. And please gamble responsibly if you do have a goal on those. So the forfeit, Chris, Paddy Power have got involved. Last week we saw a load of feet.
Yeah, we've got like this reveal. It's almost like an advent calendar with only 4 windows. We revealed one bit of it, which just shows a load of feet. Didn't really kind of show what the forfeit could be. This will be the forfeit that the loser of our league does. I take it we're going to take off the number 2 window now.
Yeah, I was just going to go to the ankles, and you might need a pair of them, eh? Because you get cold ankles with them trousers.
I certainly do. I certainly do. I've had ankle swingers for years, Stephen.
Okay, here we go. Big reveal.
Oh my God.
Okay, well I think that's think that's given away.
But there's a picture of Chris Stark. It's literally your
Wow,
face.
so your face is already
Can
on
I just
the
say,
forfeit.
you look like one of the Jonas brothers there?
Thank you very much.
Yeah, that's like a good-looking picture of you.
Hey, that is actually a really good picture of
it
you.
looks
Thank
like,
you, yeah.
It looks like a young Jonas.
Well, it's me, but they've also photoshopped me on what looks like the body of, because that's not my red hair around.
You look like you've got breasts as well.
Well,
Yeah,
Not really sure what that-
female ones.
we haven't quite revealed. It's kind of like the top sort of, I don't know, cross section of breasts.
Yeah. I don't know
Whatever
what
that is,
background.
that doesn't look good. I'll be honest with you. That outfit so far, it looks like pop socks trainers.
It's confusing, isn't it?
A kind of sparkly jacket with red hair.
I don't know what the background is as well. That's throwing me. Don't know what that is, but it's not looking good.
Hard to describe. It's my face on what appears to be a scantily clad lady's body, but we don't know the context.
No idea, but no doubt it won't be good.
Okay, and next week we'll reveal another window here.
The final window, I think.
The final window.
Yeah.
Oh, is there only 3 windows? Sorry, I said 4. Okay, 3 windows. Cool. Any messages before we go?
Yeah, got one here from Richard. He says, please thank Crouchy because he drew the mighty Wolves away at Chorley. Oh, this is when I did the Rod Stewart draw.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we were saying, if you've got a story from that draw, like, did something happen in your life because of that draw? Did Crouchy have an impact on your life because of that FA Cup draw? Let us know.
Yeah, and Richard's got in touch talking about how I changed his life. And he said that he drew the mighty Wolves away at Chorley. I drove there. I got caught by one of those sneaky motorway average speed cameras. 3 points that meant I lost my licence and my job. Fuck.
Wow.
Bad news. But it forced me to go travelling for a year, where I met my wonderful partner. Oh, the ups and downs. He's
Back stronger.
He's back stronger. Now the mother of our beautiful son. What better example of coming back stronger?
Oh,
I was worried there.
Wow.
I was worried he lost his job because of the draw.
because of your draw.
I felt like I was going to have to kind of do something there.
Yeah. Have you done? It's not good when you speed and you get into those classes. Have you had to do one of them?
Yeah.
Speed awareness classes.
They're not good.
Well, they're very useful because they remind you of important road
dangers.
safety and all that, and they take about 4 hours. So they
do.
really
Can't
drum it
take
in.
your phone in there, can you? Nothing. You got to just sit.
Yeah, but it's online now, isn't it? Since COVID.
Well, how do they? I
had to do
you have
one.
to turn your camera on?
Yeah,
you
and they
have to.
insist as well.
Well, you must do because otherwise you just leave it on.
Yeah, or you'd put your phone, and I'm definitely saying you shouldn't do this, on a video of someone, you know what I mean? Just play a YouTube video of someone at the computer kind of thing and just put it up against the webcam.
Right. Oh, yeah.
But
yeah.
no, they test it all.
They must.
talk to
They must
yeah,
talk to you.
interact.
I was thinking more along the lines of like the Home Alone, where he's got the Michael Jordan going across the.
Yeah.
If you could just do something like that and just have a mannequin and just raise his arm, maybe something. Maybe
also-
if you raise the arm and they ask you a question, you're fucked. It's not good.
No, but you know what? Like, let's just do the speed awareness course properly because it's important.
Yeah, it is important.
It
But
is.
although, do you not find it ironic it's a speed awareness course on Zoom?
Oh, yeah, you know, it should be on a
See what I mean?
slower
Like,
platform.
Yeah, it should be.
For fuck's sake.
Like Bumble or something like that.
Yeah, Bumble. That's what it should be on. Yeah.
But how good is that?
a
So
lovely
you
story.
basically,
a great story,
he's
yeah.
met. He's.
I'm responsible for him finding a partner and having a son.
I'd love to know what the son's name is.
All
Richard.
because you did the Sir Rod.
Yeah, all because I've
Isn't that
fucked it
mad?
up.
Is
No,
that
but that's
what?
what I'm saying with this draw thing. Like, what I find mad is like people are going to do things on that weekend, and because I've put them there.
Yeah.
I put them there in that weekend.
I want you to do another draw because I don't think people think of the significance of the draw like that. They just think just drawing the football.
No, 'cause
They're not
I did.
thinking the story.
Yeah.
So when I was picking them out, I was thinking like, you know, like people, like, there was players like Eden Hazard and you know, certain players, and I was thinking like I've put him over there.
I've
this
forced
weekend.
that
I
player
made Eden
to-
Hazard go to that particular
Yeah.
town.
Yeah.
It's great. It's so.
It's quite powerful.
But I would
It's
like
very-
that significance sort of represented in the draw. I don't think they cover that enough. I think it's too like bam, bam, bam.
It should be like more of an honour. Like
Yeah.
the honour today has been bestowed upon
Yeah.
you know, Micah Richards. Do you know what I mean?
Before we go, we do this every week. We ask for your photos. Take some pictures if you're at a football match, and just have a little look around and just see if there's anyone that you can see that's got like a funky shirt, you know, an interesting name, maybe 69 on the back. We get a few of those, that kind of thing. Did you see this guy?
The Arsenal one.
The Arsenal
Yeah.
one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Been tagged in this a few times. Should I just quickly get it? It must be on one of these.
I've seen this a few times. Yeah,
Got
yeah.
a lot of.
Yeah, here he is. So he's it's a picture of him. It's a sort of snatched picture at what I think that's Euston Station potentially, isn't it? And it's the back of the Arsenal shirt. It says "Stand up if you," the number 8 Tottenham.
Slight issue with this. The main issue is if he does sit down for the game, does that mean he likes Tottenham? You can't ever fucking sit down.
That's so
Do
true.
you know what I mean? So when he's waiting, when he gets on the tube there, he gets on the tube, sits down and goes, you bell end. You go, why? You've got an Arsenal shirt, but you support Tottenham.
He's not thought that through.
You don't even
has he?
hate Tottenham. How tired are your legs going to be all day? Imagine he goes away to Newcastle for a match.
Yeah. It's a really good point.
I didn't think of that. Wow.
But we've been sent another picture here. Sid, do you want to describe this one? It's from an American football game.
Yeah, this is from an American football game. It's quite high up, and there's three chaps, and
Chaps.
they got the same jersey on, the same colour, and on the one on the left says Long, 56. The one in the middle says Cox, number 91, and the one on the right says Hertz, number 1. So if you read the names, it says Long, Cox, Hertz. Now, is this real?
So I feel like this, like, I don't know, I'm not across American sports that much, but like, could this be a coincidence? Like, is there a player called Long, Cox and Hertz?
Well, is there a team? Yeah, is there a team with those three players?
So I mean, they feel like they are surnames. Like, is this a coincidence?
Yeah.
Or is it just three perverts?
Yeah. It's a tricky one. We don't have the source of this, but thank you for sending it in. If it's real, it's incredible. But I think it's only real if none of them know what they're doing.
Well, I mean, there's kids, like, there's a kid there right behind.
Exactly. Well,
You know,
exactly.
and I don't know. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, is there any backstory to this, producer George?
Yeah, I'm not overly sure on this. I think one thing that definitely is true is that one in the middle's got a monkey's bum on top of his head.
Certainly has, yeah. He's got to let it go.
So
Yeah, that's Cox.
that's Cox for you.
Okay, well, keep an eye out if you're at the football this weekend. Make sure you send us any pictures of some funny shirt names, and that it's a massive weekend of games for us personally as part of this podcast. And also, thank you for all the messages about the Elton John podcast that's just gone out. If you haven't heard this yet, the main podcast on Wednesday that went out is with Sir Elton John. We recorded it at Vicarage Road as well, which was just so incredibly special. And it seems to be going everywhere, this podcast.
Yeah,
at the
really
moment.
interesting as well, it was.
So go get involved. And then obviously we'll be back next Wednesday with the normal podcast, Back Stronger. And we're not far from a Christmas one as well that we're going to do before taking a couple of weeks off. So yeah, let's keep going. We're nearly there, nearly Christmas, people.
That's it. Let's go.
Yeah,
I love
yeah.
Christmas.
Have a great Christmas, guys, and remember to come back stronger in the new year.